Hey guys, I'm Jeremy, and I thought today I'd tell you about Mount Sherman, which is one of the easier 14ers in Colorado. I've done a few others. I've done Quandary, Beardstadt, Albert, Torreys, and Grays. And I think this probably is the easiest one. It's a little bit further away than like Beardstadt or Torreys and Grays and a couple other ones, but it's a pretty easy hike. You do have a dirt road when you go in, but I was able to get in my minivan to the trailhead pretty much, so you don't need a 4x4 necessarily or a truck. And the hike's not too bad. I think it took us maybe like 2.5 hours up, maybe 3 at the tops, and like an hour and a half down, so maybe the total was about 4 or 5 hours tops. You get really pretty views of, the area you're going up the east side of the valley, which doesn't have anything and is pretty open and really pretty. And then on the western side, you can see Leadville in views of like Mount Albert, Mount Massive, and some lakes. So it wasn't necessarily the prettiest one I've done. I might say that I like Quandary the most so far, but it's definitely still really pretty. And if you want something that's not super difficult, it's not that bad. The whole trail's about 5 miles. There's about a 2,000 foot elevation gain, which is pretty standard on most of these 14ers. They're going to be, 2,000 or 3,000 feet generally. To get out there, you take the 285 towards Fairplay, and then you go west of there for about another 25 minutes, half hour on a dirt road. And so the total length from Denver is about 2 hours and 20 minutes. So, like I said, a little further than the other ones, but not too bad. If you're going to do it in the summer, make sure you get up there early in the morning because you do get some thunderstorms that can roll in about 1 or 2 o'clock often. I know when we were coming down, there was a few people that weren't sure if they were going to do it. They would have been able to do it if they got there earlier. I think we left Denver around 5:30 or something like that, and we were done by, back to the car by 1 o'clock or 1:30 or something. So just before the storm started rolling in. And many times those storms are only like 10, 20 minutes, and sometimes you don't have lightning, but it's just one of those gambles. You really, this whole entire trip is above tree line. So, if there is lightning storm or anything like that, it's going to be kind of dangerous. So just keep that in mind. So anyway, if you want to check out one of the easier 14ers, that could be a good choice. So I could also recommend, even before you do this one, if you want another good training session, you could go up to one of the 13ers, like going up to Loveland Pass, and you could hike about a 3-hour round trip or 4 hours, depending on how good of shape you're in, up to Mount Schnittkau or Mount Cupid, and that's not far from the parking lot. And I think the climbs on those are like less than 4 miles and about 1,500 foot elevation gains. So if you could feel good with that 13er out at Loveland Pass, and then you want to try a 14er, I think that could be a good option to do Sherman after that. And then you could try Beardstadt and Quandary or Torreys and Grays and other ones. And also, if you're ever interested in having a guide take you up to any of these 13 or 14ers or other cool hikes to alpine lakes and bike trips, I offer tours here, so you could just look below for any of the links on my website, and you can find some cool stuff I've offered here in Colorado. So anyway, I hope that video was helpful. And if you enjoyed the video, like it, subscribe. I've got a lot more info on hiking and biking around the world and my experience living a long time in China and tours and teaching there. And I did commercial fishing in Alaska, hiked the AT, and all this other stuff. So a lot of various things on my channels. So anyway, happy trails, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.